This week's Community Spotlight is brought to you by the Joey Cruz Team, real estate leader since 2010.
High school football, Alabama, a concept of a post-game Friday night show that began about 3 years ago. Actually began during the pandemic back in 2020. I had been on television for a lot of years in the local market, and that show went away. And so started a radio post-game Friday night scoreboard show. That kind of morphed into 2021 into a simulcast on both radio and on live stream video on Facebook and YouTube. And this year, as the world is kind of moving in that direction more toward live stream video, we are 100% now digital, as we are on both the Facebook and on YouTube, totally 100% live on Friday nights, about 9:45, 10 o'clock until past midnight, with high school football scores, highlights of games, coaches in the studio, players in the studio, cheerleaders in the studio, tons of information about high school football, team of the week, player of the week, an assistant coach of the week, a muscle team where we recognize offensive and defensive linemen. Just a complete recap of Friday night football every Friday night during the football season. Runs from 14 weeks, starts the first week of the season in August and runs all the way until the quarterfinal round of the playoffs, which is not until the week before Thanksgiving. So we basically are on for almost 4 months of high school football coverage. This is a program, like for most of my career, obviously the spotlight is on the players, the coaches, cheerleader, band. It's on the community, it's on the schools. We live in a part of the country where every little community, the center point of that community is the school. And so the biggest thing going on in Alabama in the school usually is football. And that encompasses not just the football team, but band, cheerleaders, the entire community comes out. It's the one thing I think that draws the community together, regardless of race, class, socioeconomic status, age, whatever it is. Everybody comes together for high school football, band, and cheerleaders. So when we go out and we make these folks famous, we put these young people and coaches and the schools and everything in their school and community on live video for everyone in the world to see. I think that's kind of what we do more than anything else, is making these young people famous, because most are not going to play college, they're not going to play professional football. This is going to be the one time in their life where they have really the spotlight shown on them and their accomplishments. They may not ever be on a broadcast program like this ever again in their lifetime. And then to see the smiles on their faces when the cheerleaders come in, when the players come in, and you talk about them and what they did that night and what their accomplishments were, and you brag on them, so to speak, and to see kind of the looks on the players' faces when they're being recognized, when their school is being recognized, when their team is being recognized through all these years. And I've been doing this for 32 years. I think that's the most rewarding part.